And welcome everyone to another exciting session of Dreaming with Gemstone Gina. And so I'm going to hand it over to Gina to share what she is up to.
Hi, everybody. If you're like me and Michael this morning, we're brain farting it out. It's a sign that the year is coming to an end and the full moon is pretty much full. Tomorrow it's official. Time's an illusion. So let us know in the comments what seasonal cycles you're working with. And if you follow me on Buy Me a Coffee, I sent out a very interesting post this morning and I lovingly invite you to read it. I got my link there as well. There's the free Facebook group, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective. It's absolutely free. And I would adore to see your pictures of your spiritual autonomy, all of your dream journals that you're doing, all of these mini gemstone readings I provide, all the insight that you gain. I really would truly love for you to share. Your soul tribe awaits you. And of course, if you're ready to take charge of your life, absolutely get to my Buy Me a Coffee. Again, the link is there in the description. And I can help you with mind reprogramming, energy medicine work, soul retrieval, all that stuff. Make sure you check me out because come this summer, I don't want to hear it. And that's part of my posts that I've been sending out lately. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'm really in search of soul tribe, and I do believe in the buddy system. So if this resonates with any of you, definitely find me on Buy Me a Coffee. I don't see anybody is viewing live, so what I can do is start with a collective gemstone reading. I have them here. And I got my background off, so you can see the gemstones. And those of you not familiar with the gemstones, very long story short, I have always had interesting dreams my whole life. And one of those dreams, I was in connection with the Gnome King, and he presented as this older man tossing around sticks and stones, figuring out binary language and codes and patterns. And I asked him, like, maybe I could have a stick or a stone or something in my waking life so I can think about you. And one day I was at the beach, not even thinking about the Gnome King, and I found most of these gemstones at the beach. It combined very nicely with the Dragon Dreams Oracle. So this was all a divinational practice that came into manifestation because of my healing journey that I was doing. And it's something that I did for myself. And bit by bit, I randomly started offering it to other people. Or if I was having I belong to various meditation groups, I would randomly just feel this need to toss my gemstones. And it's possible in 2026 I'll offer a class how to teach it. So
Stay tuned.
Michael, do you want a gemstone, or before I do the collective one?
Let's do the collective one first.
Okay. So I'm going to tilt this down. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. Thinking about the collective, those who are going to receive this message. What is something they can take away?
We have a guest saying hello.
Hello, guest.
It's Starseed Lolo or Laura Ferguson.
Hi, Laura Ferguson. Let's hear if she wants a gemstone reading, because
You're reading my mind. I'm doing that right now.
I can Because you know what? When I was doing this, like, I don't feel like this is a collective. And then Laura's tuning in, like, maybe this is for Laura. Okay, my eyes are open. And this is a collective gemstone reading. If Laura would like to turn, she can go next. Just let me know. Yeah, Michael, pick a number for the collective, 1 to 12.
I picked 12 for the collective.
12. Okay. So if you're wondering, can you see this? This gemstone was just a bit here, but I'll scooch it there so you can see it. Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, what did you say? 12?
12.
Okay. So when I was doing this, it was like I wasn't sure, but then I was like, this is collective. So, okay, it's collective. Something about harmony and balance, east and west coming together, masculine, feminine coming together. This is a collective reading. The whole entire east is open. That's great. Who's leading the way? Eagle Condor. Hallelujah. Because, you know, that's what we need right now. And this is phenomenal synchronicity, because the post that I sent out this morning was all about Eagle Condor. It's no one's business. I was going to take a picture of this and show it, and then I decided not to, but here I am showing it now, because this is a collective reading, Dragon, so it applies to me too. But here I am now showing you this. It was just a quick sketch, but that was Eagle Condor. So Eagle Condor, I mean, don't we always want to be flying wingtip to wingtip with Eagle Condor, right?
Absolutely.
The Eagle Condor nest, it can be challenging for us to sit in, because we have to surrender and play the role of the child. Things like sibling rivalry is very real in the eagle nest. Like, you know, we think of eagles and this beautiful, glorious, majestical animal. Like, eagles rock, hands down. Let's not, you know, debate that. Reality check, eagles are predators, okay? And reality check, when it comes to survival, wow, you want to talk about tough love? If the little eaglet isn't reaching up, they don't get fed. So all they have to do is reach up, and they get fed. But what happens when the sibling is beating up the other eaglet? You know, you think the parents would stop it, and it's hard lessons. And so when we are flying wingtip to wingtip with Eagle Condor, sometimes we can feel so overwhelmed because we're not sure if we're the predator or the prey. We just know that we're with Eagle Condor. And it's like, shit, man, am I flying wingtip to wingtip with Eagle Condor, or am I in Eagle Condor's claw? So this brings us to the predatory cycle and food chains and food webs and the importance of symbiotic relationships. And what I'm trying to say here is that there's hope. There's hope that we're going to have new relationships, and not just, you know, random relationships that are in right relationship with us, right? People in our lives, well, yeah, they're not perfect, but people in our lives that we can count on and rely on a bit more. Discernment is always at hand, but for what it's worth, and this happens to me a lot, and this is a collective, so I'm sure folks listening, Dragon Dreamers in particular, can relate, that, you know, like, if I was a trout, like a fish in the lake, and I'm doing my trout thing, minding my own business, something like Eagle Condor would terrify me because they gobble me up, right? So when I'm swimming and I see shadows, I'm like, see ya, because I don't want to get eaten, right? And it's the same with squirrels, and they protect each other. The squirrels, it's like a security system, not just alarming the squirrels, but the rest of nature picks up on that too. So the point I'm making is that Eagles are like bears and other predators in the sense that they will protect their territory because that's their home and their survival. It's where they raise their babies. If they don't protect their territory, another somebody else is going to move in and take over, basically, right?
Another predator.
So even though, exactly, even if it's another eagle family, like eagles will fight with each other if there's too many eagles, right? It's a respect thing. Like, hey, man, this is our lake that we fish in. You can't be fishing here. Now we're competing, right? So what I'm saying is that if you're in the position, because we shape shift and switch roles, but if you're not sure if you're the eagle or if you're not sure if you're the trout, I'm telling you, you're both. It just depends on where you are in your journey. So in one single day, you could be the eagle and the trout, right? It's duality, yin yang. So right now, it's like you're the eagle and you're looking for food, but the territory that you're in right now, it's getting a bit crowded. So instead of fighting and competing with the other eagles, you're okay going somewhere else. The trout are calling you. That's you calling you, your subconscious mind, because subconscious mind knows everything. So the trout in this new lake, they're like, it's terrifying, right? Reflective of how we terrify ourselves. A lot of us procrastinate because we're afraid to be successful. Isn't that weird? But it's true. We're afraid of our own success. We're afraid to shine our own light. And when we do, we find our light is way too bright. We can't even handle it. So we're being encouraged to shine our light. And even though it's terrifying for the trout in the lake that we're going to be coming to, have a new home on, and live and thrive and be in right relationship with, that the trout can be rested assured that now that we're moving in, the eagles, that the whole entire area perimeter is now protected. So those other energies and whatnot that have been a problem, excuse me, for the trout, we are going to be alleviating that because we're bigger and scarier, and we're going to be shooing those problems away. And the trout basically are going to be receiving us very well. Who are the trout? Where are we going? Those are the things that I can't even answer. Only we would know. And there's no way you would know unless you started investigating and doing homework. I have to tell you, this is a very positive gemstone reading. These gemstone readings can be very dark and foreboding because the owl energy, the owl medicine is very raw in this. And a lot of people, they think, oh, I'm going to get a gemstone reading and learn about like money and love and that kind of stuff. And yeah, you do. But often people get disappointed because these very raw reality checks come into play, highlighting the truth that they need to face. And then naturally, who wants to face bullshit, right? And that's the thing about the truth. You face it and it helps you move forward. So this gemstone reading is like congratulating you. Congratulations. You pushed through all that bullshit. Congratulations. You're moving forward. You're alchemizing. Even though you felt fear, you moved forward anyways. And that's exactly what my post was about on Buy Me a Coffee. And if there's one mantra that these gemstone readings and anything that I always, my Dragon Dreams Oracle, if there's a consistent theme, there's a few of them, but one of them is the forever present moment and how pressing it is. Because if you don't move on a literal level, and this is our level, the level of snake, the biological level, where time is a factor, where time very much matters. Time is not an illusion to the biological. You don't eat, you don't get sleep or water, you perish and die, right? So you always have a choice. But here's the thing. If you don't move forward, the pressing present moment will crush you. And that's the energy of the dog monkey folk. Those are the themes of winter. That's the Koliak. You know, Koliak Vera. We hear about the north wind. This is to blow any remaining leaves off. So everything that I'm saying right now is extraordinarily, extremely, like if you were ever into synchronicity, this is synchronicity right now. Okay, I double dare you to keep an eye on synchronicity right now in your life. Check the clocks for 1, 2, 3, right? Check the clocks for 3, 2, 1, 11, 11, that kind of stuff. 444. When you're driving around, look at the license plates. If the song comes on the radio, I bet if you start actually writing down all the synchronicities in your life right now, like that are starting to unfold because synchronicity is so high, I bet your pen will be on smoke and you won't even be able to keep up. So I really want to lovingly invite everybody, because this is a collective reading. Like, we're not always flying with Eagle Condor, and we are. So even if you're not feeling it, like, just trust and keep going, keep moving forward, keep pushing through the bullshit because it's working. You're there. Don't stop. Don't, because once you're flying with Eagle Condor, I'm almost going to start like crying here, but like, once you get there, that's when you become the phoenix rising. That's when you really transform. That's when you experience those shifts. That's when you smash through your glass sky and wow. And I want to look at the gemstones here more. I've been glancing at them as I've been chatting with you. What's interesting is this one here is like out of alignment with the gemstone readings. And this is to reassure us. I'll just tilt it like this. So, I mean, sometimes, we don't want to be like over prescribed here, but in truth, this should be part of the gemstone reading. It shouldn't be off to the side here. And this one is. This one is like representative of Middle Earth. So I don't know if you noticed, but I was going like this, both hands. There's a lot of middle right now. So, the Venn diagram, that middle part is all that matters. The earth, the sky, one. Sea and sky are one. So, I mean, your dream life and your waking life are one right now. That's why synchronicity is so high. And this is like Middle Earth, if you will. Working with literary devices on a collective level, it's like we're all on Middle Earth. When you're on Middle Earth, you can't go up because you're too heavy, right? And you can't go down because you're too light. Folks who are down, they can ascend up, right? Folks who are up, they can ascend down. We have to rise to the level of art in order to be able to do that, but we have to recognize that we are the level of art. And it's all kinds of themes of duality, and things end up not making sense and contradict themselves, and that's exactly how the mind works. So if you're feeling any kind of fear or doubt, second guessing yourself, this is just reinforcing the three sisters, the Moragon. There's lots of sisters, but there's like a triple goddess theme with them. And this one here is reminding us that like the biological one you are is quite multifaceted. You're not just some puppet, right? You're you, like the biological one known as Michael, the biological one known as Gina. You're also a spirit. But you know what? That biological one you are is a raw, authentic zombie, and they have a voice and an opinion too. And as we evolve more and more with our conscious evolution, the continuum of learning that we all do, it's like this middle ground is inviting committee meetings with your star nations, because the portal, if you will, is open, and it's not always like that. And that's why I just have to like emphasize this. Let me just look at this a little bit more. This is a collective. I still have to pull a card from the Dragon Dreams Oracle. Okay, so Jaguar is in alignment. The heart is a bit amped up because the heart knows the truth and everything I'm saying is true, but it's a bit scary. There's a lot of dragon dreamers who they're at the top of the roller coaster, you know, or they're right at the edge of the diving board, and they're like, I don't know. And Eagle Condor is going, I'm right fucking here. I'm right here. So all you have to do, just like over here with Jaguar can hold your hand. Jaguar, you can ride on Jaguar's back. But when you get to that rainbow bridge, only you can cross it. And that's what's going on here. There's a different kind of bridge, if you will. All you have to do is cross it. I know it's not easy. So it's frustrating when I'm like, all you have to do is cross it. Like, it's hard, I know. But once you cross it, you fly with Eagle Condor. And Eagle Condor is right here, right here. So there's no like, I hope Eagle Condor comes. Eagle Condor's here. So if you can't see Eagle Condor, if you can't hear Eagle Condor, like, Eagle Condor is here. And this is a beautiful collective gemstone reading. Mentally, we're a bit down, but it's just because we've been processing a lot of thinking. But mentally, we're jam-packed full of hopes and dreams. Clean slate. We're willing to let things go that we thought we wanted. We have lots of options available to us. The nice thing about owl energy is snowy owl energy reminds us that we do have the picking and the choosing can be ours. So the mental plane right now is not in a rush to jump into anything, because the mental plane is delighting in figuring out options, positive options, solutions. The word problem's been a problem in itself for the mental plane. And the mental plane right now is insisting on solutions, creativity, innovation. Polaris's focus is here in the south. So Hummingbird is reminding us that we need to shed skins all the time. The good, the bad, the ugly. When a snake, this comes up a lot in my gemstone readings, when a snake sheds its skin, it sheds all of the skin. Sometimes it comes off all tethered and whatnot. That's not good for the snake, right? But despite that, all of it comes off because cells are always rejuvenating and dying, right? But the thing is, when it comes to the parts of ourselves that keep us safe, or the parts about ourselves that we like, that we're like, well, I like this part of myself, I don't need to change. Doesn't matter. We're always alchemizing anyways. And so we're being reminded that we have to shed our snake skins and surrender them to the soil, representative of the dog monkey folk, and they take care of the how digesting it. And the dog monkey folk, very present in today's gemstone reading, because themes of the north wind, Hummingbird, representative of the north wind. Hummingbird is blowing the fuck out of all of this stuff. So if you're walking around and you're like, ooh, it feels chilly today, that's hummingbird. Hummingbird wants to blow any final crap off of you. Any final crap off of you, reflective of blowing leaves, any final leaves. Somebody like Michael enjoying 30-degree weather might not appreciate this metaphor as much, but folks like me, where all the leaves are like off the trees now, unless they're, needle trees, the coniferous trees, those leaves need to go. Why? Because when springtime comes rolling around, there needs to be space in the tree for the new growth, right? Also, those leaves need to go, representative of the snake skins, because they need to be decomposing in the earth, eating the earth, this give and take cycle, right? So when you're not shedding skin, you're not flying with eagle condor because you're carrying around all this weight. And so finally, a lot of us have shed this weight and we've just said, here, take it, take this snake skin. I'm done with it. The good, the bad, the ugly, and trusting in the hummingbird. Again, this is a very phenomenal gemstone reading. I don't know who's going to get the next gemstone reading. I don't know what it's going to say. I hope it's very positive like this one. This is very positive.
Yes. Starseed Lolo is next.
Okay. I just need to pick a card here. Michael, left or right?
Right.
Top or bottom?
Let's do the bottom.
Pick a number 1 to 10.
5.
5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yes. I love this card. I love all the cards. Oops, I just put this pile back upside down. This card is a great card. This card reminds us to trust our dream life, to trust our past lives, things like soul retrieval. We retrieve gifts that we've completely forgotten about, gifts that might have even been denied, taken away from us, gifts that might have been perceived as a burden. God's gifts to you, which may have been a very big problem for you, causing you to have been persecuted. And of course, we get into a conversation about the triangle of disempowerment, because if you're being persecuted, that means you're also the persecutor, right? You're the victim, you're the bully, you're all of those things, right? But this one is reminding us that you can always transform anything into a positive. So any of these tools can be used for good, or they can be used for evil. And it's up to us to take the power that we have, use it appropriately, because each of us has something to offer the rest of the world. We all have talents. And it's up to us to use our gifts to really get to know them and to use them responsibly. And knowing that today's gemstone reading had a high level of synchronicity, today would be a good day for you to engage in an activity where you dreamed on it or went through a meditation or something like that, where you asked the universe or whoever you pray to, your spirit guides, the Gnome King even, or maybe this girl right here, the middle earth sister. If there was like a tool belt around you and you were to call forth 1 or 2, 3 tools from past lives that would really benefit you in this life, what would those tools be? And you might not even understand what the tools are. this tool here for myself personally was 2 sticks tied together. And then I realized it was a lot of things. It later on became the symbol of the cross, but this was before any cross symbolism. This was basically helping me determine left from right, up and down, so I could play games and get a sense of direction. I used it to hunt fruit and to dig holes, right? So in my dream life, I'm this like unmaker, person. I'm a lot of things. But these tools are reflective of my waking life, doing rapid transformational therapy, hypnotherapy, and doing spirit work, energy medicine. And so what does this do to you? What are your tools? And it's very possible some of these tools are your tools too. They might just be a bit different. So this was a very powerful reading, and everything is based on my dreams, half remembered, half misunderstood. But this card in particular was one of the first cards that really freaked me out, because in my dream I was so powerful. And I know I'm not trying to sound cool, like, oh yeah, in my dreams I'm so powerful. But like, the thing is, it was scary how powerful I was. It made me uncomfortable. I required training and mentorship. And that's all part of the Dragon Dreams book series. So, and seeing synchronicity, because earlier I was talking about how we procrastinate because we're afraid to step into our power. We're afraid to be successful. So, wow, this is such an encouraging gemstone reading today. And the last one for 2024 or 25. I don't even know what year it is anymore, but
Still 25.
Well, thank you so much. And hi, Gary. I see you there in the chat. Gary from Tucker. And Gary's been following me for, I don't know, about a year or so now. So there's always much more to say. And that was very long. But I don't feel like there's anything else I want to add to it.
No, thank you for that.
You're welcome. So I forget the name now.
Starseed Lolo.
Okay, and number 2. Okay, I was just gonna ask. Okay, so my eyes. Let me just tilt it here. Okay, my eyes are closed. And Michael, remind me of the name.
Laura Ferguson, Starseed Lolo.
Okay. Laura Ferguson. Laura, do I know you? That sounds familiar. Laura Ferguson.
She's on YouTube as Starseed Lolo. She does music and channelings.
What is something Starseed Lolo to remember? Ooh, Pinky Finger wants in on this one. This message is coming from the earth and the air. This message is coming from tillers of the earth. I'm picturing like worms and centipede, decomposer kind of folk. If that resonates with you, this is from them. Okay, tillers of the earth. And check it out. This is nice and empty. So a lot of what I said, Laura, from the last gemstone reading is part of this gemstone reading. Look, Eagle Condor is there. You see, you saw me like I didn't do this, right? Like, look, Eagle Condor is there at the beginning again. Honestly, I was kind of worried because I'm like, the last gemstone reading was so positive. I was worried, like, shit, man, what about if the next gemstone reading's really like negative and foreboding? So, okay. And Laura, you're picking the number 2. Okay, so your heart, Laura, is like everything, like anytime that I was talking about Eagle Condor, you're like, oh yeah, I'm flying wingtip with eagle condor. Eagle condor sees everything or nothing, and eagle condor sees you, Laura, and you picked the number 2. So Laura, you're like, whoa, over here making that quantum leap, and you and eagle condor flying. Yay, Laura, flying with eagle condor. Now, is Laura eagle condor or the trout? Remember I gave that example? Ultimately, it doesn't matter because you're both. You just flip-flop the roles, right? But in this moment, eagle condor empowering you, the ball is in your court. You're being lovingly invited to go find another nest. Jaguar is in alignment. Transformation is at hand. Hummingbird is in alignment. Snake is not in alignment. However, what's happening, Laura, is because like maybe you had some doubt in your heart, but you're like, forget it, I'm taking this leap, and you did. And so when you did that, your snake skin here, your snake skin here was like able to digest. So this message coming from the tillers of the earth, like the decomposers, they're saying, thank you. Thank you for giving us your snake skin. Because they're also flying with eagle condor. And it sounds like part of you was on the hungry side. You were hungry for a snake skin and you weren't feeding yourself that snake skin. So a part of you finally is eating that snake skin and benefiting from the nutrients. So there's nothing here. So that's why snake is not there. Snake has moved on and is transforming. And so on a literal level of snake representing the cells, the language of atoms and chemical, is literally like in your body, the chemicals are changing. And I anticipate this being a high quality time in your life. And Manus is here too, reinforcing a high quality story that you're in charge. You're in charge. And what's coming to mind, and that's the thing. If I'm thinking something, it's my job to report. But something that's coming to mind is bacteria and this business of the decomposers. That whatever you're doing, Laura, keep doing it because you're attracting them and you're attracting bacteria. And there's more good bacteria out there than bad, right? Like I know people hear bacteria and they're like, oh, gross, disease and germs. No, I'm talking about very good, healthy bacteria, very simple life that everything is based on. Without bacteria, there is no life. Arguably, bacteria are gods. Arguably, bacteria live through us. Separate conversation in itself. But for what it's worth, Laura, there's something very organic about you, something very authentic about you. And that's what's working. So I'm very curious to know, what are you doing? I don't know what I'm talking about, but you do. You do. And for what it's worth, bacteria, they don't eat shit. And they're not eating shit. They're not settling for shit. They're following you, the organic, the good stuff, right? And let me rewind for a moment. On a literal level, because we are talking about the literal level of snake, bacteria do eat shit. They eat shit. They really do. So you are providing good shit. You're providing good, organic, wholesome shit that bacteria love. And they're going to thrive. And if bacteria are there, it's just like any garden. The whole entire garden benefits, right? So feed the garden. Put, metaphorically, a banana peel in your garden or whatever. Feed it. Because you know what? Bacteria, they don't eat plastic genetically modified type food, right? So there's a bigger theme going on here. Wow, a bigger theme. And Polaris's focus is wow, a very linear focus. I'll show you right here. This is one of Polaris's horn. Polaris is that big white ram with the big black baby doe eyes, and there's his horns. And with hummingbird, they're supposed to create like a triangle, but it's almost a straight line. And the communication, Polaris is saying like, focus on this, Laura. Focus on your story. Focus on all those seeds you're planting because it's working. It's working, it's working, it's working. And it might not make sense. And there's things that you're going to have to like uproot and change about your story, but keep going. Keep going. And the fact that the line is linear can represent time being linear. So right now, time is not an illusion for you. If there's something you need to do it. Because right now time is linear, it's not circular. So spiritually, you're like flying with eagle condor. On a literal level, very linear right now. So take care of yourself. Laura, I'm going to pick a card for you. And my pinky, the earth. Ah, I love this card. Okay, Laura, don't be freaked out, okay? This card is about setting boundaries. So there's lots of like shadow folk that want to come and hang out and talk to you. You don't have to be scared of these ones. They're just on the dark side. It doesn't mean, anyways. These shadows, they see you, and you see them. Maybe not literally, but because you're flying with eagle condor and whatever else you're doing, this whole thing with bacteria, you're bridging worlds. You're bridging the dead world with the world that's alive and thriving. And so there's always much to be said, but basically the spirit world wants to bridge with you and connect with you. But in a novelty way, they need to go to like earth school or something like that because they don't know they don't know the social mannerisms here. Some are more evolved than others. These ones, they're like, I'm just kind of brain farting it out here. There's so much information running through my mind right now. But the point is that you, like when I was getting more connected with the dog monkey folk, there was a point where I felt paranoid and pissed off. And that's what gave birth to this card, because the dog monkey folk genuinely didn't understand that it freaked me out if I was sleeping at night. And then they're just like, watching me sleep, like not cool, right? Or like the dog monkey folk don't understand, when they're sitting outside the telephone pole looking in my window, that makes me feel paranoid. Whether I can actually see them or not is inconsequential. It's just the fact that there's a presence and it makes me feel spooked. So this card is basically saying, like, don't second guess yourself. Trust what you're feeling and reach out and tell them. That's what these arrows mean. Tell them, this is like my house, this is my condo, whatever, and you're not allowed inside. You want to connect with me? Let's connect. You can use the Pine Tree Forest, for example. That's a safe haven, neutral ground for everybody. If you're comfortable connecting in your own mind, in your own dreams, connect there, but set a boundary. And they anticipate this now because my connection with them, but they're listening to this too, and they're like, "Oh, what? We need to set a boundary." And you'll fall down the rabbit hole with them because they can take things a bit too literally. And that's why I'm struggling to express myself right now, because I'm not trying to be so literal, but that's what we're dealing with here. They'll ask you stuff like how come the housefly gets to go inside the house and they don't? It's just like the housefly is actually not allowed inside the house, but the housefly doesn't understand, or maybe the housefly understands and just doesn't care. So let me know how that resonates with you. I love doing these mini gemstone readings. Please visit my free Facebook group, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective. If you're like Laura or somebody out there in the collective who's resonating with stuff that I say, or even in a month from now, you're like, oh, that actually came to fruition, this happened, blah, blah, blah. Please tell us about it. Your soul tribe awaits you. That's the power of the story medicine, the reflections and projections that we see in each other. There is no such thing as past or present. There's the now, memory, projections, reflections, right? And we're lost in that. So we have to get even more lost to be found. So, and you are very, very welcome. I didn't mean to go on so long. Some of them are a bit longer than others, but is there anybody else who would like a gemstone reading, or
No one's chiming up, so how about you?
Okay. Me, you know what? I'm a bit, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to do one for me, because I've been cracking down big time with my gemstone readings, the Dragon Dreams Oracle. And those of you who are just tuning in, this kind of stuff like soul retrieval, that's why. Otherwise, I would. And the only reason I say that is because, it's fun pulling cards and stuff like that, right? But if you're pulling card after card, then it doesn't mean anything anymore. So that's the only reason why. Otherwise, I would. But what about you, Michael? Do you want me to do one for you,
Sure.
or where are you
I'll
at?
pick one, and I'll pick the number 3.
Okay, the number 3. All right, ho ho ho. We got a summer Santa Claus over there. Okay, what is something for Michael? Something that he can take with him. Oh, okay. Okay, my hands are going up and down. They don't want to make a circle. That's it. Okay, and both of my hands were doing that, representative of harmony. So more themes of harmony. And there's another big gap. Eagle Condor's not there, but hey, Eagle Condor's here. So, okay. Michael, you picked the number 3?
Yes.
Okay. So, you, my friend, are hesitant. Your heart is in alignment, and the heart always wins. So you have to ask yourself, is what you want what you really want? Because whatever your heart, like whatever song your heart is singing, that's what's going to work out. But you're scared. So you're like, I'm going to stay here and just kind of, not doubt, but put my life on hold and wait for more signs. Today's gemstone reading is that sign. And the feminine energy is super mega high for you. This oval shape is like, usually it's presented in a triangle shape, but this is like vagina porthole. This is like birth. something is like birthing. It's kind of like your hopes and dreams are in labor right now. So you need to be tending to your hopes and dreams because they're about to be born. Metaphorically, it's like you're going to be a dream father. You're going to have some dream children. I don't know. Only you would know this information, but you're hesitant. Why? Probably because it's connected to your dream life. So you're like, how am I going to be a father, dream father, whether it's to dream children or dream ideas, dream themes, maybe all of the above, when you're here in this reality? And snake is out of alignment. But in this situation, snake is with eagle condor. So it's being reinforced, Michael, that eagle condor sees you. Like if snake was the trout, going back to that trout example, it's kind of like eagle condor is looking for a new lake, but you know what? Eagle condor is gonna pick you up, take you to the new location, not gobble you up, but drop you in the lake so you can be with eagle condor. You are not being left behind. You're scared of being left behind. You're you don't have to be worried about that. That's very interesting. The dog monkey folk, they don't know how, but you know how. Um, the sisters, they should be on this side, and they are. These two, would be better if they were switched like that, but whatever. The fact that they're on this side is reinforcing this birthing process. Transformation is in alignment. The physical plane in alignment. Mental plane is down, but it's down because you're tired, and you're tired because you have a lot of positive thoughts on your mind. You have lots of hopes and dreams. And Toby, the tree of life, also simultaneously the tree of knowledge, is telling you, like, root your hopes and dreams. Oh, sorry, you can't see. I get caught up talking to myself and with the gemstones here, but like Toby is telling you, root your hopes and dreams in those positive thoughts, because those positive thoughts, that's what's going to be moving forward with you. And let me just pick a card for you. Oh, and my middle finger is like this one. Middle finger representative of the fire. Catfish energy. So, uh, like Laura, don't be scared. Um, there's something looking for you. You're looking for this something. It turns out both of you are channeling like catfish energy. So you can't see. Catfish, they have eyes, but they're always in the dark, murky water, right? So that's you. Navigate this dark, murky water. The catfish are like bloodhounds. You know those dogs with phenomenal sense of smell? That's catfish. So what to do is in your dream life and meditations and whatnot, and even in your waking life, who are catfish folk? Who are the bloodhound type folk? Myself personally, because Michael and I are personal friends too, I would be one of these people, Michael, because I have a strong sense of smell, and that's why I relate with this catfish energy. So you can, in a safe way, you can shout out, "I'm here, come see, send them vibrations." um, it's
Yeah,
exciting. It's exciting.
it's
Catfish energy.
interesting. Yeah, and it's interesting because when I feel uneasy, the first thing I'll do is smell the air to see what's going on around me.
Yes. Well, you might start smelling other stuff, and that smell's going to strengthen because that's them. Now, it might not be actual catfish, but that's the metaphors and symbols, the literary devices coming through. And catfish are like turtles. They're gluts. They'll bite off more than they can chew, to the point that they're choking, right? Like if you ever watch Jeremy Wade's River Monsters, I'm a big fan. That's what happens. He's literally pulling in a fish that's chewing on his bait while simultaneously choking on another fish that they're trying to eat. But you're being encouraged to bite off more than you can chew. And that's the snowy owl energy that I was talking about earlier, coming up again, synchronicity. You bite big and you take big bites of hopes and dreams, and you dream big. The taking is for yours. So you pick all the apples that you want and you don't worry about it. You just have fun picking because you love picking apples. And then later on, you delight in spreading all the apples out and picking and choosing your favorite and organizing. And that's this business here. Like, enjoy this gluttony of the picking and choosing of the dreams. There's lots being born to you and birthed to you right now. Lucky you. And catfish also have an attitude. I made a note, attitude. So the waters might ripple, in a positive way. There's going to be some attitude. Well,
thank you.
You're welcome.
And that is spot on.
Yes. So I really enjoyed being on your show. I think Michael has somebody literally at 1:00, and I got to get going to my next meeting as well. So thank you so much, Riding Through the Unknown audience, for your time. Michael and I got to figure out a schedule. Gemstone readings in 2006. There's lots to be said about it. Follow me on Buy Me a Coffee so you don't miss anything. And make sure you join that free Facebook group, the Dragon Dreams Soul Tribe Collective. I would adore to hear all the updates from you. Post a 3-minute video, post some pictures today, even a month from now, things that I said, how it resonates with you, all about the story medicine. I would love for you to do that. And I would absolutely adore if you registered for one of my programs. I can help you with mind reprogramming, intrusive entities, energy medicine work. GinaVirginiaCasella.com. Today really flew by. So
it did, and I will leave you with this amazing note for this episode. Your YouTube channel had the majority of the watchers.
Woohoo! All right. And thank you so much, because I'm building the Soul Tribe Collective, and I did notice on Buy Me a Coffee, there's 50 followers now, and it's growing really fast. And I'm figuring out StreamYard and whatnot, and I really do appreciate folks for seeing me for me, seeing the professional side, but also seeing just the everyday me. That's the me that I want you to know first and foremost, because it's that trust that we get to build our soul tribe with. It really means a lot to me.
So
thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you from my heart and the heart of my show to you, Gina, for all that you're doing for humanity.
You are welcome. You are welcome. And I'm a bit jealous of your gemstone reading. Okay, everybody, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one, everyone.